crypto markets have been extremely volatile over the last couple of days, really over the last couple of months. And yeah, now we got, your favorite marketing expert, Lucie. That's funny. Your favorite marketing expert, Lucie, is opening her mouth once again, or tweeting, posting on X once again. And we're going to go over some of the latest things that she has been saying about the Shiba Inu coin, the Shiba Inu coin ecosystem, and so on. Do I agree with it? To a certain degree. Do I agree with her? Absolutely not. So let's talk about it. If it sounds like something you're interested in, let's get started. What's up, everybody? I'm Clay. Now, the Shiba Inu coin breaks or Shiba Inu coin team, right? Ecosystem team. They have nothing to do with Shiba Inu coin. Breaks silence on the crypto crash. An outcome that no one predicted. Now, I'm going to jump into this in a second, but I do want to say thank you guys for watching this video. I know it's not on Claybro. YouTube is not letting me post on Claybro. My gosh, dude. I don't even know how long it's been. It's crazy. I've been demonetized since like May, and dude, it's one of the most difficult things to continue, I guess, working and building and all of that when literally YouTube is making it as difficult as possible. Now, one of the reasons that they are doing that is on November 17th, they are changing their policy. NFTs, digital assets, and so on are going to be classified as gambling. Now, this is viewed as a direct attack on Web3 gaming and crypto. So we're going to see how that plays out. So I want everybody to know and understand this video is 100% educational, okay? If you want to go out and invest, great, go out and invest. But if you want to go out and invest, simply understand what is happening in the community. Now, I spend a lot of time talking about the Shiba Inu coin community, a few other communities as well, but it makes a lot of sense to understand everything that you possibly can, and that's all we're doing here in these videos, is bringing to light some of the latest news in an educational format so that people can make informed decisions. Simple as that. And I feel like I gotta make that disclaimer, man, because YouTube has been acting very, very weird, especially surrounding crypto content. So I will continue making that disclaimer in these videos. I'd say the vast majority of you guys understand that, you know that, but there's always, that one weirdo out there watching that thinks I'm making decisions for him and I'm controlling his mind and so on, and he probably shouldn't be investing in the first place. But now I'm ranting, and as such, man, it's because it's just been messing with me for the last few months, and it's been very difficult. So anyway, let's talk about what's going on. You guys can read a little bit more about YouTube's crypto policies. I imagine a lot of your, favorite YouTubers or people you watch surrounding cryptocurrency news are going to be going through some very difficult times. So just make sure to leave some nice comments and all that stuff, because YouTube's making things a lot more difficult than it needs to be. It says the crypto market is broadly trading in the red on Wednesday, with $1.7 billion in liquidations in the last 24 hours, according to CoinGlass, with long traders accounting for the majority of the losses at $1.3 billion. Now, you could see a very large decline over the last couple of days here, but things are starting to bounce back, potentially bottoming out. Now, if you're looking for a reason for the decline, I can't think about anything or see any news that would directly relate to cryptocurrency, but indirectly relating to cryptocurrency, there were a lot of elections won this over the last 24 hours that are a terrible result for free markets, that are a terrible result for the economy, that are a terrible result for, growth. So with that, I believe that cryptocurrency institutions and so on sort of had a knee-jerk reaction, and we're going to see how it plays out. Because of course they're not the whole world. They're not the United States. They are small, not small in size compared to other cities. You guys know what I'm talking about. But I gotta tread lightly, because who the heck knows what YouTube allows and disallows anymore. So I'm not going to continue talking about that. But that's why I believe the cryptocurrency market got hit as hard as it did over the last 24 hours, literally destroying $1.7 billion in wealth for people. It says Bitcoin fell below $100,000 for the first time in more than 4 months, mirroring the reversal in a high-flying tech stocks this week. Shiba Inu coin likewise fell to 837 points per coin, and a 3-day slide from the November 2nd high of 1,074 points per coin. The turning point came in October when a massive wave of liquidations wiped out billions in bullish positions. So what's happening here? Lucie is telling you mindset over markets. Not only crypto, but everything is red. And that's not necessarily true. I also have, my crypto portfolio is larger than my stock portfolio. I've got a stock portfolio, and it is actually doing the best that it has in the last couple years. So not everything is red, but whatever. Since we survived so many downfalls that I stopped relying on books or so-called experts. My mindset is now simple. Either I win or I go to zero. Now, with that being said, right, winning or going to zero here, I want to be very, very careful on how that's portrayed. Okay, that doesn't mean that you should, go big or go home, all or nothing, 100% or 0%, or anything like that. Because I want to be very clear, the subliminal messaging that Lucie might be sharing in this tweet. Either I win or I go to zero. Let's take a look at the ecosystem team's track record. Either I win or I go to zero. They have wiped out and taken all of the wealth from anybody who has ever invested in Bone. It is not only at an all-time low, 99.9% decline, it is continuing to fall. As Bitcoin is testing all-time highs, their ecosystem tokens are testing all-time lows. I'm going big, an $8,000 leash coin, 1.2 cents. I either go big, right? I either win or I ride it to zero, allowing the ecosystem team to milk even more. If you look at their other token, Treat, right? You either win or you ride it to zero. Do not be conditioned to ride these tokens to zero. There are hundreds of millions of dollars in wealth that the ecosystem team has literally wiped out. Billions if you include the value that they've extracted from Shiba Inu coin. But because they don't have anything to do with SHIB, I'm only talking about their ecosystem tokens. Either I win or I go to zero. They have literally reached zero on all of their ecosystem tokens. And I truly believe that they may be conditioning other people to ride to zero so that they can extract that value. Now, she talks about $1.7 billion in liquidations in the last couple of hours. That mindset remains essential. And I do completely agree with that, right? That's the part that I believe you need to focus on. Now, in a different way than what Lucie is portraying here, whether you're talking about Shiba Inu coin, whether you're talking about Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, XRP, no matter what your bread and butter is, you cannot let the fear, this is where the mindset, this is like one of the most important indicators, not just in crypto, but in stocks and anything, right? Emotion. You can only be successful in this space if you can learn to control your emotions. And dude, when you put your money where your mouth is and you're actually investing, it's very difficult, but you need to have control of your emotions in literally every aspect of your life. So I do agree with Lucie in the sense that we need to be able to control our mindsets. Just because the price is going down today, just because fear is plaguing the market, does not mean that we can give up. We have to understand that markets work in cycles. There are periods of great times. There are periods of terrible times. But if we believe in the asset, if we believe that it will continue to be around, if we believe that over time it will grow, which is what I believe for the entire crypto market, we have to be able to control our minds, control our emotions, and control our fears. So with that, I continue to invest. right? And like I said at the beginning of the video, this should not imply that you guys should do it. I don't know how cryptocurrency is being viewed by YouTube anymore. This is not gambling, and I want that to be 100% your decision. The exchange that I prefer to use is the KCEX exchange. You guys got links for everything down in the description below, but understand that it's your decision, right? Whether you're going to use a decentralized exchange, a centralized exchange, and so on. I am simply demonstrating this to you, so one, you know what exchange I use, but two, you have another decision to make. You're gathering more knowledge, it is educational, and simply equipping you with what you need to make better decisions. So if you guys would like to check this one out, you guys got links for everything down there, and until the next time, hope that each and every one of you have an awesome day.